They referred me to the treasurer's and the assessor's office.
I am still scratching my head over Harrison J. Bonnell. Have you come across this name anyplace else?
No, sir, I have not. It does not exist. The polls that I did for his Social Security number, for the 042684425 number, came up as no hits.
The Social Security number that you have, is it the same Social Security number that other private investigators have come up with?
It's identical.
This is the Connecticut Social Security number?
Yes, sir. This is the invisible Social Security number. It's 042684425. And I can say what the number is because, I mean, it's all over the Internet anyway. So it's public knowledge what his Social Security number is. So I'm not at risk for divulging any personal information.
Say it again. Say it slowly.
Sure. 042684425. And I actually triple-checked it on the 12th, just literally 4 days ago, with my master files. And I did a death master file that came up no hits. And I also did a search by, SSN index search, and it came up no hits as well.
Okay. Obama's Social Security number that he's fraudulently using, which belongs to a dead man in Connecticut, is that correct?
No, sir, because I actually researched that myself.
Or do I have that confused, or is it with a teenager? What's the story? Where did that Social Security number come from?
There are so many stories out there. I can't pinpoint the exact.
Okay.
The exact. I call them urban legends. I can't.
Okay. But what we do know, Al, is that Social Security number 042684425 was issued to a Connecticut resident. Is that correct?
As per my records, it doesn't exist because there's no hits to it.
You're saying that the number doesn't even exist?
Yes, sir. As per my polls, because I actually did an SSN search, which is a Social Security number search, and it returned 0 hits.
Okay. Now, do you have access to the same databases that a private investigator would have?
Mine are actually better.
Really?
Because I pull from every database across the country to collect on my debts. I mean, I even have pulls from California. California does California criminal, corporation, civil licenses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I even do ABC pulls.
Okay, but you're saying the Social Security number is 042684425. Is this a fraudulent Social Security number? That's my question.
Yes.
How do you know it's fraudulent?
Because it came up with no hits, but yet he's using it with an alias.
Okay, I'm going to say this real loud and real plain for the FBI and for federal prosecutors, the U.S. Justice Department, if there is such a thing as justice anymore in the U.S. Justice Department, because it looks like a big joke now. The FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, which apparently doesn't investigate anything anymore, for the U.S. prosecutors, the U.S. attorneys of each state, the U.S. Attorney of Illinois, we're going to say this on the radio. Barack Hussein Obama is a criminal. He is a pimp. He is a street hustler, a Mac Daddy. This guy is a fraud. He is a criminal. He is fraudulently using the Social Security number 042684425. He also uses, apparently, the alias name Harrison J. Bonnell, in addition to the name Barry Soetoro.
smart people with something to hide.
Welcome back to True News. I'm Rick Wiles. When it became evident in 2007 that dark, sinister forces were propelling an unknown Illinois politician to run for the presidency of the United States of America, True News began to investigate and expose the unexplainable, mysterious past of Barack Hussein Obama and his close association over many years with known domestic terrorists, dangerous extremists, radicals, and communists. True News has been in the forefront of the battle to penetrate the news media blackout about Obama's true identity, such as the fact that he has operated for decades with another name, Barry Soetoro. Whatever you call this imposter in the White House, Barry Soetoro, Barack Obama, the Mac Daddy, the presidential pimp, the Chicago street hustler, he is a man without a past. People with money and clout have assisted Obama in covering up his earlier years. My guest today is a young family man, a Christian, who recently stumbled upon startling information about Barack Obama. For privacy and security purposes, I will not reveal his name or location. I will simply refer to him as Al. He is a professional debt collector. A client hired him to locate a debtor and collect the money. In the course of tracking down the debtor, he unexpectedly found Michelle Obama's name. As he pursued the connection, the trail got darker and more sinister. Now, for the record, this man, Al, voted for Barack Obama in 2008. He is not a partisan opponent of Barack Obama. He is an American citizen who is outraged that Obama lied to him and the nation about his true identity.
And then, obviously, Barack Obama pulled up, and then his alias pulled up as well, that was attached to his Social Security number.
What do you mean, his alias?
Yes, sir. When individuals apply for anything or, sign a form, sign an application, whenever pretty much they use a name, it's associated with that address and that Social Security number.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently at one time, as of 2009, actually as of November 2009, the alias Bonnell Harrison J. or Harrison J. Bonnell was actually used with Barack Obama's Social Security number and his address of 5046 South Greenwood Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60615.
Harrison J. Burnell?
Bonnell, B-O-U-N-E-L.
B-O-N?
B-O-U-N-E-L.
Harrison J. Bonnell.
Uh-huh. Or the alias Harrison J. Bonnell.
I've never heard this. I thought you were going to say Barry Soetoro.
No, sir. No, sir. Actually, I looked up Barry Soetoro, and I couldn't find it. It doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, and what's the street address again?
5046 South Greenwood Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60615. And actually, at the time, I didn't even know what his home address was. So all this to me was like, hitting me, just like a brick wall. I didn't even know.
This is new to me. I have never heard the name Harrison J. Bonnell.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was the irony. That was the first anomaly that I discovered, because it's sharing Barack Obama's Social Security number and his home address and the home phone number as well.
Okay, so the Harrison J. Bonnell, it's not just that Harrison J. Bonnell is connected to the address where Michelle and Barack Obama live. You could say, okay, somewhere out there is a Harrison J. Bonnell who lived there at some time and got his mail at 5046 South Greenwood Avenue, Chicago. But you're saying that the name Harrison J. Bonnell shares the same Social Security number as Barack Hussein Obama?
Yes, sir, the exact one. But because what I did was, in order to double-check these things, I have a way that I can backtrack it. And so when I took the Social Security number by itself and entered it into, my search screen, it reverted back and it pulled up Barack H. Obama, Harrison J. Bonnell, or Bonnell Harrison J. at the same time. It gave me two results for the same social.
Okay, so what happened then?
Well, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it. I said, well, from my own experience, when you have multiple names with one social security number, I look at it, and well, I mean, that's the way that we're taught really is to look at it as a case of either stolen identity, okay, or someone using his social, or he let somebody use that social. Okay, that's what I was looking at. Actually, I look at it from the standpoint of proving the amount, proving the anomaly, not taking it for granted that it existed. I had to prove it. Okay. And so when I clicked on Bonnell Harrison J's relatives, Michelle Obama pulled up.
Oh, boy.
Her name pulled up as a relative of Bonnell Harrison J. And it showed up with her social, her spouse's, her cell phone numbers, and the address, 5046 South Greenwood, as of October 2010. So when that happens, that tells me one thing, okay, that whoever this Bonnell Harrison J person is, or Harrison J Bonnell, when they associated themselves with Michelle Obama and the 5046 South Greenwood Avenue address. So I clicked on the home address. I clicked on the 5046 South Greenwood. And when I pulled up that information, it showed me two separate owners of the house, not the Obamas.
Okay, so the house that Obama's living in, or was living in, 5046 South Greenwood, it's not owned by the Obamas. Who owns the house?
A judge by the name of Jane L. Stewart. She's a circuit court judge in Chicago, and she is also an Obama contributor. And a Mr. Harvey Weinberg, who is a partner in the firm that handles Obama's taxes.
How about that? His tax lawyer.
Yes. His accountant, actually.
His tax accountant owns the house.
Yes, sir.